So we have apprehension is the word that keeps screaming out. Apprehension. Okay, now what do we mean by apprehension? Well, I want you guys to look up the story of Jonah and look at the shorts, Hootie and the Blowfish. And we've got Hold My Hand. So God is telling Jonah that he has an assignment and he's very apprehensive. He doesn't want to do it. And that's the energy right now going on with everybody, is they really don't want to get out of their comfort zone. And this assignment that we're on now is very tension air. Here's my mascara, tension. There's X like Twitter, huh? Tension air. The tension is in the air. There's a lot of tension in the air. There's a lot of apprehension. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone. We don't really want to do this. And if you listen and watch that shorts, Jonah gets forced to do it. It'd be a lot easier if he would have just did it on his own. So once again, apprehension, hold God's hand is all I kept hearing. Hold my hand and do this. And it's been pretty intense. It's been pretty intense in the physical avatar, and it's been pretty intense in our astro assignment. So the other day I was talking about keep them separated. I want you guys to look up, I figured out who it was. It's Offspring. They played it this morning on the radio. Offspring, and it's called Come Out and Play. And it's keep them separated. And I think they're talking about kids, but we're talking about the wheat and the chaff. Okay? You've got these people that you've separated, people, places, and things, and then you've got the ones you've keeping. So you want to keep them separated. Don't let them back in. There's a lot of people from the past trying to get back in. Blocking, keeping the door closed. I'm doing it. I'm doing it every day. New people can come in, but they have to be a filter, right? They have to be filtered. They have to be, is this keeping me on a high vibe? Same with people, places, things. It doesn't have to just be people. Is this station that I'm listening to keeping me high vibed? So I want to tell you about that. I used to listen to Katie 101.3 religiously, 24/7. Well, for one, it was the only station that came in the clearest, that played closest to classic rock and roll that I like, right? Well, now 96.7 comes in clear, and they laid off their whole staff, and they're doing classic after classic after classic. I am so pumped. K-Cal, 96.7. I can listen to my music. It's like listening to my playlists, and I can listen to it 24/7, hardly any commercials, and no talking. None of this win a free anything. I don't need to win anything. I don't need to go on concerts. I don't need to have free meals. I would rather just listen to classic after classic after classic. So 96.7. I also have it an app that I can put on my phone. I can walk with 96.7. I can even put them on my Bluetooth in my truck. Now, why is this so exciting? Because it's all the songs that are from my playlist. So to be able to get them in clear in Hemet is very hard, and it's coming in clear. One radio I can't get it in on, but all the rest I can. So I wanted to tell you all about that. You might want to download that app, even if you're in a different state, because it's one classic after the other, very little commercials. They got rid of all the staff. And that's what's happening with this wheat and the chaff. That's why I brought that up. Okay? Not to shout out 96.7, even though I think that's awesome. It's we're getting rid of the wheat and the chaff. Now, did the staff like that? No. Are they getting lots of bad press? Sure. Okay? But see, that's where that apprehension comes in. You're afraid to do something new because people aren't going to like it. Well, then you got somebody like me that totally loves it. So what they're trying to say is just be you. Just do this. Do it, even if it's apprehensive, even if there's tension, okay? Do it. Because somebody will like it. And you want to attract your tribe. So again, it's separating the wheat and the chaff and then keeping them separated. Keeping them gone. Don't go backwards. Just like foods, if you give up meat like I did, I'm not going to go back to eating meat just because it's on sale or because I'm invited to a barbecue. I can eat loaded baked potatoes. I can eat nacho bel grandes that I make myself without the meat, okay? So I hope you guys really do check out everything I tell you to, the songs, the lyrics, the music, the movies, because all this is going to combine together to help you, to keep you solid. Now, with Jonah, just like I said, if you're not going to listen, God will do it anyway, even if you wake up in the mouth of a whale. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to mention was water. Keep your eye on the water. I happened to be in the bathroom today doing this video. The water signs came up. The water card came up. Keep your eye on the water. If you guys are around water, I do feel for you because I really think a lot of stuff is going to happen with the oceans. I'm in the high desert here out in Hemet Valley, and I was told to stay here and not go to the oceans even if I'm invited. So I'm staying away from water. Who knows why? Watch the water. So there was a lot there to tell you, but that's what they wanted me to explain to you. I'm going to go in and pull some cards, and we'll see what the next rest of this is going to be. Chatty Cathy, huh? I got buffet out for the cat. Okay, so turn that off. It came right back on. Okay. So what else do we have here? Oh yeah, the Ten of Cups in reverse. But this is my codependent card, okay? This is where I say she's being sucked in with the devil. She's got the codependency here. This is my Ten of Cups of codependency, and it's in reverse, so that's good. I think you guys are getting where you're not being codependent. I think you're really taking the horse by its rein. I think you're getting rid of the devil energy and the codependency. I do feel that. I also feel with the Queen of Questing in reverse, I do feel that you are getting rid of the ego too, because Queen of Wands can be full of ego. And I think you guys are really doing a good job with that. They wanted me to tell you that. Especially in Astro, you're doing a super job on that. Ego, codependency, and lust and addictions. So all of that was in reverse. So I do feel you're doing good. Very good with that. We have the Four of Cups. And this is the story of Jonah, his anger. So that's funny that we would have Jonah and then Jonah's anger. That is very, very weird that those would come out together, right? So I guess in that story, they want you to focus on his anger. And I would read all of Jonah. We've got the 8 of Feathers, which is the 8 of Swords, right? 8 of Wands or 8 of Swords. 4 of Chalices is the 4 of Cups. I always get the swords and the wands mixed up. Okay, so focus on the anger part and the apprehension part. The only reason he's angry is because he has to do something that he don't want to do. And that's kind of the energy I'm talking about. You don't want to do it. The outcome is the sun and the moon, and that's weird that those two are together too. The sun and the moon. If you do this assignment, the illusions and the secret are going to be revealed by the sun. The sun and the moon card. And then we have the fake feminine in reverse, so that's good because we also have the marriage and the love card. So somebody got a divorce, somebody left the fake feminine, somebody released it. 11:07 on the clock. So that's good. The fake feminine was in reverse and she just flew on the floor. So yeah, you definitely got rid of the fake feminine. And we've got, you're going towards your mission partner, your marriage, your true love. Okay. You're not celebrating yet because the celebration card, the 3 of Cups, is in reverse because you still have a toxic workspace. So not the love part of it, but now it's your work that you have to figure out. You got rid of the toxic female or the toxic partner, but now the fake feminine, right? Now you have to concentrate on your work. Somebody is still in a toxic work situation and they're having that apprehension of leaving. They're being scared to leave, fearful to leave, have to go, have to get rid of this toxic workspace. It says, believe in miracles, okay? Believe in miracles. A miracle will soon happen in your life. So get rid of that job and go to something. What I'm hearing is King of Pentacles, King of Grains energy is going towards something that you can do yourself. Being the King of Pentacles, being the leader of something. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to work for yourself. You can work for someone else, but you need to be the leader and take charge. And this is Joseph in charge of Egypt. Okay, that's, we had a few days ago, Joseph being in charge of Egypt. Okay, now the future, you're going to have a karmic lesson that's going to reveal itself because somebody was preventing you from relocating. And remember when we had the new home was in reverse? This is a physical relocation that's in reverse, telling you to stay where you're at, still stay where you're at, because there's a karmic lesson to be learned in staying where you're at. 13:35 on the clock. All right, now we're going to go ahead and shuffle these up and see what the last part is. Now in this video today, the energy is all over the place. So from the beginning to the end, there's all kinds of things I talked about. I talked about different movies. I talked about different Bible stories. I talked about different music. So you're going to have to maybe watch this more than once. I threw out a couple numbers. And to me, it's overwhelming, all the stuff that was already said. So let's go ahead and Queen of Patterns. So you've got the King of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so that's what you're going towards. You're going towards more of a mission partner. So if you leave your toxic work situation because you've already left your fake feminine, your fake masculine, you've already left that. Now you're dealing with your work situation. You need to get that gone or in check because the Queen and the King of Pentacles are coming together, and they're going to do this next assignment together. It's a karmic assignment that they need to close out. Very specific there is what I heard. Okay, that's why I said you might want to listen to this again. Okay, now I'm drawn to the orange on the shirt and the orange on the card. This is the 10 of Wands. Your burdens are being released, and the people are being arrested that need to be arrested. That's why you have to leave your toxic work situation, because your job is done there. Now you have to move towards the female, or if you're a female, you have to move towards the male. The King and the Queen of Pentacles have to join and start their own leadership and their own opportunity, their own business deal. Leave the past behind so that these people can remain getting arrested, keep getting arrested, and the burdens are going to fall off your back. Now, that's that Jonah assignment that you are feeling apprehension in. You're kind of scared to do this. You're kind of scared to go off on your own. You're kind of scared to leave your comfort zone, but you two got to get together, and this is the next assignment. So you and your mission partner need to get together. We'll put it real basic because everybody's not getting their twin. Everybody is not getting their soul partner. Some are just getting their business partner. But you have to leave. One of the partners has to leave in order for the King and the Queen to come together. And if you don't listen, here's my tornado card, my Knight of Swords card. If you don't listen, it's going to come right back to Jonah, okay? It's going to come right back to the Jonah card, where if he doesn't want to listen, God will step in. So what does that mean? That means your job will get gone. You might even get arrested with these people and have to fight your way out with the lawyer. Okay? So the time to leave is now, before God has to step in. Now that's really cool how this is ending, 17:17 on the clock, because you've got Jonah that didn't listen. He was apprehensive and he didn't listen, so God had to step in. And now he's angry, right? He's sitting in the whale's mouth. And here's the tornado card to end it, the Knight of Swords. So if you don't listen, then God will just step in. So he's saying, hold my hand. He's saying, do this. He's saying that you have a great outcome. You have the sun as the outcome, but you're going to have to make that move. Just like when you had to get rid of the fake feminine or the fake masculine, that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy cutting off your family members, your friends, your family, your loved ones, but you did it, and that's where I said your codependency is in check, your ego is in check, everything's good but that toxic workspace. Now you have to make the next step and get rid of whatever you're working in and get to your mission partner. Okay, and if you don't do it, God will. Remember, God steps in. There's Jonah and the tornado card. Okay, I am Miss Mystic, and I want to thank you all for listening.